Today is the magic day. I think this is around 43 tons, they figured. Which is a fair bit of gravel to relocate. So, certainly going to be busy today. And then, of course, because, you know, this channel seems to have a regular theme of things going wrong and me just trying to make it work at the last possible second. The sidewall of this tire started leaking. So I've tried filling it a few times. Now this rim was bent when I got it, but I can hear the air leaking out here and right here. And it's probably because it's deformed in the shape that it is. So I don't know if overinflating it is gonna make this thing straighten out, but as of right now, this tire is pretty flat, so I'm gonna have to get some slime or something and try to fill it, because I don't really know what to do. You can hear it actually. All right, so it's been a few hours here and I've got a solution, I hope. First, I've got to air up the tire in order to be able to move the machine. I'm going to put it up on dry ground and then we're going to attack this thing. Where's that tire stem? Right up at the top. I left it where I could reach it. All right, we got this machine now lifted up in the air. You can definitely hear the leak now. So I picked up a pail of slime. I know that's the thing you're not supposed to do, but today it's going to be the thing that I do. So I'm going to unscrew the stem from this valve, let all the air out of this tire and deflate it, and then get my almost a full liter of slime into this tire. A convenient little valve unscrewing tool. It even says tool on it. How about that? So the core of the valve should let all the air out. Oh, there it is. Now we've got to prep our jug of slime. So I've shaken this thing up real good. Next thing I have to do is prime the pump and get the slime actually in the tube to fit this tube in the appropriate way. So there's my core, or the stem rather, my adapter, and this should fit right over the threads there. Beautiful. So then when I pump the slime, it goes right into the body of the tire. These tires are probably meant to be filled with fluid at some rate or another, being that it's a construction vehicle, so that would kind of make sense that the core comes out, or the whole stem pops out like that. So according to the back of the bottle, depending on what you're trying to fill, it kind of gives you an outline of how many pumps you should use, because each pump is X amount of, it's 900, or it's 30 mils each pump or something. So the tire size is kind of related to that. In my case, 32 pumps of this goop is what we're going to run. It's 32. And for good measure, 33. And on that note, I'm going to close the bottle. Now we've got to get the compressor and air this back up. Once it's aired up, we actually rotate the tire, and that's to spread the slime inside and hopefully help it seal. Well, I pumped all the slime in there that I was supposed to according to the directions. And based on my hearing, I can still sense a bit of a leak. But I do have some air in the tire, so I decided I'm going to start running it. And I have rotated the tire. You saw in the last clip, I actually had it rotating for a little while. So it might just take a little bit of time for it to settle in. But I'll keep an eye on it, and if it starts getting low, I'm going to stop and fill it again. Because I definitely don't want to debead that guy. That'd be really tough to put back together. I am going to start moving some gravel and filling my mud hole and working my way back until I get to the very back, the freshest area that's cleared, because that has an underlay of gravel already, so I can actually drive without getting stuck. Where this first 2/3 of what's here is just a mud pit. So the idea was if I can have gravel on site, I can get myself back there to work a heck of a lot easier than right now. So we're gonna hit up on the seat there and get ripping. Well, looks like we're making some decent progress. We don't have much gravel left. It'll get the job done though. Didn't take long to spread 30 yards. I'm impressed. And it sounds like that tire slowed the leak down at least, that slime that I put in it. So I'm gonna keep running it because I think it's probably good to keep turning and rotating the tire like that and get that stuff coated on the inside, but maybe I'll have to give it some more pumps and hope that it's going to help seal it up. I think the problem is on that bead. I don't know how the lug nuts are on this thing, but if they'd come off, maybe then I could lay the tire face down where it's leaking and let that slime sit there with an inflated tire. That might aid in getting it to stop. But it is what it is. The GoPro battery looks like it's almost finished, so probably not going to do any more on backhoe action, but I'll show you where we wrap up today and we'll go from there. Well, the tire repair was halfway okay. I can still hear a slow leak, so I'm thinking I'm going to add a little bit more of that stuff on a later date. Not really a big problem at this moment. Here we go so far. So the center's a little bit high, understandable, because I've been driving back and forth all day on this thing with the machine. I still got some soft spots there. There's only a little bit of gravel left of the 30 yards I got. Remember, this hole was deep, soft, and sticky. It's not too bad though. It's supposed to be a thunderstorm tonight. Apparently apparently a real good one, so. Well, my giant gravel pile has been reduced to, I don't know, rubble, if that's a word. Right on, so this is now the day after the storm. The storm rolled in just as I finished, in fact. The timing worked out pretty good. This driveway was all unchanged pretty well. So considering what I was aiming to do, I was able to achieve something that resembles a driveway. It's super soft still, so it's easily manipulated. So I was trying to roll it a little bit last night, just to try to define where I wanted it to sit, but you know how things roll, or how things go whenever I try stuff. Had the deer pulling, and it was going pretty good. And then the lawn roller broke, so that's something I'll have to deal with shortly. Not a big setback, just another one. And that giant lawn roller is just too heavy right now for this. It made the tractor sink here a few times, like really bad, right down to the axle. So it was just too much weight. But once I get it part weight compacted, it'll be okay. Yeah, the driveway's a lot better where I've had the tractor driving up and down, so it's getting close. Gotta level it off a bit yet. Come on here with the rake, and I'll be in pretty good shape.